that lets you save.
Look here.
True Form Life.
You may not be born with it, but we're going to put this in a bottle and democratize this so that everyone can have this on their skin and balance their
True
microbiome.
Form Life.
Green look on.
Welcome to Exploring Mind and Body with Drew Tadia. Drew is an expert in nutrition, fitness, lifestyle, and more. And he wants to help you live a healthier, longer, and more active life. Now here's your host, Drew Tadia.
Welcome to another edition of nationally syndicated Exploring Mind and Body. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in, for being a part of our True Form Life community. We're coming at you with a brand new show. We appreciate whether you're listening on terrestrial radio across the country or as a podcast around the world. We certainly wouldn't be here without you. So stick around. We got all that coming up.
This is Exploring Mind and Body. Naturally improve your lifestyle one show at a time with your host, Drew Tadia.
All right, welcome to another edition of nationally syndicated Exploring Mind and Body. We're super excited to have a brand new guest with us. So without further ado, welcome to the show, Dr. Varma. We're excited to have you with us.
Hey, Drew. Great to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. All right, let's get into it. I want to give you a chance to talk to our audience here. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. A pleasure to connect with your audience. I'm Yug. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Phyla. My background is as a scientist. So I've been a scientist for a long while, it seems. Got my PhD at Johns Hopkins. Did a postdoc at UCSF at one of the premier microbiome labs. And I've been studying the microbiome for about 11 years now. Now, the field itself is about less than 20 years old. So I've seen a lot of it come and go, and I'm just really fortunate to be in a really exciting field of research. Now, just to introduce the microbiome to your listeners, it is this community of microbes, fungus, bacteria, viruses that is all over our body. It's on our skin, it's in our mouth, in our gut. We're coated with it. They outnumber us about 10 to 1. And in terms of genetic diversity, they out-dwarf us by about 100 to 1. And the whole focus of microbiome research has been to see how they impact our health, right? Like this community of bacteria that we didn't really even care about or know about 20 years ago is now showing itself to be very important in both mind and body health. Everything from gut diseases, skin diseases, mouth diseases, to even things like wellness, drug metabolism, things like autism, Alzheimer's. I mean, you name it, it has a huge impact. So I've been working for the past several years on a technology that allows us to kill only bad bacteria specifically without hurting the good bacteria. Because as we're learning more about the microbiome, we're learning how to kill, how important different bacteria are, but we need a way to kill only the bad guys. So that's what Phyla is doing in the area of skin diseases, especially acne.
So how did you get into it? Sounds like a bit of a different type of path. Like, hey, I want to study bacteria.
Man, it's a bit of a long road. I actually have a background in chemistry, but I realized I had more interest in sort of biology as I went on. I am fundamentally excited by this this foundational technology in our company that is based on bacteriophages. Now, bacteriophages or phages are these harmless little viruses that kill bacteria. They're all around us. They're the most numerous microorganism on Earth. They're 10 to the power 31 of them on Earth, which is a number that's very, very large. They play a hugely important part in nature, and they're nature's best defense against bacteria. They might also be our best hope in combating antimicrobial resistance. So it's a very powerful technology, Fundamentally, that is a technology that I have been very interested in. I'll partner this with my co-founder, Maria, who's not here today, but she has a background in pharma and drug development. She's a very accomplished executive. And she has suffered from acne for many years. She's had it her whole adult life. She started on 3 rounds of Accutane, and it didn't help. It gave her liver damage. Again, a sad but pretty consistent story with acne sufferers. And until Phyla, she still had adult acne. So we developed this together with her kind of on a very personal mission and my mission to advance the technology.
Okay, so what are some of the main benefits besides acne, or is that what it mainly targets?
Well, so right now we have, so fundamentally our technology can kill any bacteria that causes disease, right? So for acne, that is one bacteria called C. acnes. For eczema, that's another bacteria called Staph aureus. And so we develop products using our technology to target different bacteria for different indications. Right now, we have an acne product that is available with our new approach. And the approach is basically that there are many products that can help your acne on the market, right? But they cause a lot of skin damage. They cause redness, dryness, irritation, or worse. And the thing with skin damage is it happens a little by little every day, so you don't notice it. But in 5 or 10 years, after using this product every day, you look around and you're thinking, wow, my skin is so much worse than everyone else. So Phyla's approach is different in that it gives you those same great results without causing the skin damage, without the irritation and the redness. And that, is really powerful because right now people don't have that kind of option for their acne.
So is this a medication or a natural product?
The phages are a naturally occurring microorganism. The interesting thing is, people who have healthy skin, who are acne free, have this organism on their face naturally, far more than people with acne skin. It's one of the biggest differences in their microbiomes. And so there's a hypothesis that those annoying friends of yours who have no zits, never get a pimple, have clear skin forever, chances are they're carrying this and it's naturally modulating their microbiome and keeping that acne bacteria overgrowth suppressed. So, we decided you may not be born with it, but we're going to put this in a bottle and democratize this so that everyone can have this on their skin and balance their microbiome.
Okay, so I've been blessed to be one of those people where I get like 1 zit a year. Can I sell mine?
You might have this, my friend.
Can I sell mine to you guys or to someone else?
You can try, but
no.
It's actually pretty difficult. I mean, so basically, this is we joke. It's not really a joke, but we say that our secret is we're not really a skincare company. We're a biotech company, and it's true. There's actually a biotech technology company behind Phyla called Phi Therapeutics that has developed this technology, and I've kind of spearheaded the science there. So it's really sort of us as scientists and as biotech people, not as skincare people. Or I'm new to the skincare industry, so we're just trying to bust some myths, clear things up for people, make things simpler, and the Phyla system is kind of built with that in mind.
Okay, so this is a product that you guys have designed. And is there any side effects? You said there's often side effects with pharmaceuticals. Is there side effects to this one as well?
0 side effects, no skin damage. In fact, our study, we ran a clinical study and it showed that we actually increased skin microbiome diversity, which is important for a couple of reasons. The first is people with acne have low microbiome diversity, just less diversity on their skin. And it is thought that if we can boost that, we can get them clear skin. The second is that actually people normally in modern society, acne affects 85% of us. There are societies in this world that have 0% acne, like the Yanomami people in Brazil. They've been pretty much untouched or uncontacted by modern civilization. And where they have had contact, they kind of stay away from it and have very traditional living practices. And they're one of the few populations on Earth that, like, they have just really low heart disease, long life, amazing like cardiovascular, no skin problems, no acne, no eczema, remarkable people. So they're studied. They have been studied in this field of research for many years. And we're trying to unravel, their secrets. So we've shown that we can go from an area of low diversity to incredible diversity with our product. And that is a key marker for long-term skin health, because we don't want to just, give you acne relief for a couple of weeks or a month or so, and then it comes roaring back like all these other products that are out there. Our position is you use our product every day for months and years, because acne has to be maintained over months and years. And so we give you that relief without the relapses.
Okay, so how are they untouched or excluded from society, but then still studied for some of the benefits that they've found?
Yeah, so they live deep in the Amazon rainforest, and they're kind of a nomadic community, so a semi-nomadic community, I should say. So it's hard to contact them. I think it takes almost like 2 weeks to reach them from Brazil. And they kind of just live according to their thousands of years of the way they've lived, and they're really kind of a window into what you can call like your ancestral or original, how your body was meant to function. So they're just like a really cool window and a area of research that is I think really interesting to us, and we can learn a lot from.
Okay, so where does is the microbiome, is that developed, or where do you source that? Like so you take the microbiome, then you add it to a product you can take. How do you apply it?
Yeah, so from our point of view, we did a lot of research, and this was done on an NIH grant. So we got an SBIR to do basic research on the skin microbiome for acne with this grant. And what we discovered is we looked at people who had acne and people who had healthy skin, right? And we tried to look for differences in their microbiomes. And then this microorganism, this phage, kind of popped out at us. And when we studied it and we characterized it more, we realized that it's specifically killing these acne bacteria very specifically and very efficiently. So we did lab studies to show that if we just have a bunch of different kinds of skin bacteria in a test tube and we add the phage, what it does is it kills the acne bacteria almost completely. It's a bacteria called Cutibacterium acnes or C. acnes, but it doesn't touch or affect the growth of any of the other skin bacteria. So that was remarkable. And then we proceeded, with development, characterization, formulation. We got this stuff in a bottle, and now we just, we have a fermentation process by which we produce this pure microorganism in very large quantities. And once we had this stuff in a bottle, we ran a clinical trial on it, and the results of the clinical trial were pretty impressive.
Okay, so then from there, after you decided, after you did the research and figured out that this can actually make a difference, what's the next stage? How do you get that into the hands of consumers?
Yeah, then sort of we built our supply chain. We launched the product, and you can now buy our product at phylabiotics.com. It's a direct-to-consumer product, so you can just buy it through our website.
Okay, and how do you use it?
It's really simple. It's a 3-step process. We have a cleanser, a serum, and a moisturizer. So it's built in a very familiar format for most skincare users, right? And what we've tried to do is build a minimalist regime that takes care of a lot of your daily needs. So you don't need that toner. You don't need all these other fancy creams and lotions that are expensive and don't really do a lot. It's a simple routine that doesn't burden your skin with hundreds of ingredients but that you can use day in and day out and very effective. So you start with the cleanser. Remove any makeup or really stuck on stuff or dirt that you have with a foaming cleanser, a nice foaming cleanser of your choice. Um, the cleanser is a gel cleanser, and it kind of gently exfoliates, preps your skin, and opens up your pores to receive the serum. Now, the serum has our live phages. They're active phages. It's an active probiotic. So we apply that to the skin, rub it in, pretty simple. And then if you want to moisturize, we have a moisturizer that's compatible with the active phages and doesn't kill them. We actually found that there are many common skincare ingredients that affect your microbiome. So for best results, we insist you kind of use the full system. And so you just do that, twice a day, morning and night, and see the difference.
So would that have any benefits for someone like myself, or is that specific to those with acne concerns?
We've seen the trial we ran was on acne subjects. They all had acne, and it is focused on acne bacteria. What we did find was, in addition to alleviating the acne, what our phages do is because they reduce C. acnes, which is a huge part of your microbiome. It's about 60 to 80 or more percent of all bacteria on your face. This bacteria can cause inflammation too. So if you have redness, puffiness, that kind of thing, and you want to reduce it on a daily basis, it's great too, because in our clinical trial, we found nearly half, about 46%, reported decreased redness or erythema on the face.
Okay, so this microbiome in particular, is there you talked about earlier when we first started that there's other benefits to understanding. Does your specific product or microbiome in particular, can that help improve health? Are there different ways to understand how this could improve our health?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we are focused on chronic bacterial diseases like acne, eczema, rosacea, etc. The microbiome or the community of bacteria that is associated with each of these conditions is a little different, right? So in the case of acne, you're looking at C. acnes overgrowth. That's the bacteria that you want to kind of control. In the case of eczema, for example, you're looking at Staph aureus overgrowth. Staph aureus really shouldn't be on your skin in those eczema spots. And when when your skin is not able to mount a natural defense, the Staph aureus comes in, overgrows, and causes those acne flare-ups. So our cream, we have an eczema product in advanced development, but the eczema product that we launched will be able to control that Staph aureus growth at the site. And so you will, not have those flare-ups, increase your quality of life hugely. And you don't use, products like steroids, people who do try bleach baths, all sorts of stuff that is really harmful to your skin barrier, and you can develop a resistance to it over time. The broader use of this technology, what our kind of vision is we want to go into oral health. We want to go into gut health, diseases like cavities. More than 90% of people have cavities, for example. It's caused by a single bacteria that produces acid in your mouth and corrodes the teeth. If we can reduce that, bacteria specifically, then we can promote a much, much more healthy sort of outcome for cavities. Lesser cavities over time, lesser severity, so on and so forth. So many kids have cavities, and really the only two things we can do about it is brush your teeth or go to the dentist and they pull out your teeth, right? There's nothing in the middle. And so we're trying to get into these areas that have a high unmet need, low innovation, so that we can build disruptive products with our, cutting edge technology, and solve things by addressing the microbiome.
So would that be microbiome that you would put in a mouthwash, let's say, or a toothpaste?
Yeah, so we'd study the microbiomes of healthy people and people with cavities in that sense, right? We'd find the phage that is the difference between them. We grow that up. You can either have like a tray that has the gel with this stuff in it, and you can just kind of bite down on it, hold it in place for 10 minutes or so, and just do that as a regular regimen. It's going to remove the bad bacteria and kind of bring everything into balance.
Have you guys started that, or is that just a thought process that you'd like to move forward with that?
That is a project earlier in development. We are actually just starting conversations with some CPG partners who might want to move this forward pretty aggressively. And so we have numerous partnerships like that in the works, research and development, brand partnerships that we'll be announcing in the near future.
That's awesome. So is there a lot of not loopholes, but speed bumps or challenges from developing this type of technology to bring to market?
From an R&D point of view, it's actually pretty fast. That's one of the other benefits of this technology. You can move very, very quickly and develop products, bring them to market, test them, and so on. And so we've built that kind of infrastructure of how we do that and built it to be pretty nimble and rapid. Right now, I think what we're trying to do is educate consumers, because the microbiome, probiotic, skincare, all this stuff are like big buzzwords. And a lot of consumers are very interested in this. But I think, and again, I'm speaking as a scientist, not as someone who's been in the skincare industry for a while. I feel like there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of just faulty marketing that's not paying enough homage to the science. And so what we found is that people are hungry to learn more about this. They're hungry for the science. They're hungry to they're saying, teach us, tell us. And that's part of our mission. So we're focused on that, spreading the word on, platforms like yours, and really helping people understand what this new frontier in technology is.
Slightly off topic, but I'm interested to know if you've heard of anything called methylene blue.
Yeah, of course. It's a dye. It's a blue dye used in histology and stuff.
All right. So have you heard of people using it in skincare?
No.
Okay. I don't know much about it. It's a biohack. In the biohacking world, they have found research that can actually help return elasticity to your skin, maybe reduce wrinkles, and of course, originally used specifically for surgeries. And they also use a similar. And I guess I'm not an expert. I've only read about this a couple of times, but they have different uses for it, from surgery to cleaning fish tanks. So, and I don't know if they're the same product. I was just interested in it because I came across it that you might know about it.
No, I don't know, but now I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, you should check it out. That's why I like to have you on the show. But I'm always interested in different ways to help improve health. And I think a lot of times there's things right in front of us and we don't know that we can use them for beneficial purposes, especially to improve our health. So it's always interesting to me.
Yeah, I feel like we're rediscovering a lot of, especially things like natural foods and stuff have a lot of potent, active compounds in them that do help. The question is, how much do they help, and in what quantity do you need to eat them, kind of thing, right? And so, the microbiome is an integral part of that. How do we digest foods? How do they get metabolized in the gut? How do they get absorbed, or do they get excreted? If they get absorbed, then what happens? What effect do they have on the body? And actually, part of this was fundamental research that I did at UCSF when I was in academia, and we looked at how different gut bacteria metabolize important compounds in the gut, how it gets absorbed, and then what effect it has on the body.
Is that in San Francisco?
Yeah, that's in San Francisco.
And where are you guys now?
We are in San Francisco, so I haven't moved much since then. But it's a great area to have a startup, a lot of fertile place for kind of developing ideas and so on. So really fortunate to be here.
Seems like there's a lot of innovation in that area, a lot of inspired minds.
Absolutely. You have access to a lot of things, and one of them is innovation. You have UCSF, you have Berkeley, you have Stanford, you have a lot of smart people here, a lot of resources to build companies and so on.
That's awesome. Nice to have that in your environment too. I just feel like we talk about environment a lot, and if you're constantly around an inspired environment, or we talk about nutrition, fitness, and like having those people in your life, but being in a place where you are, I think it'd be wonderful. I wish I was there.
Come on and visit. Okay. It's always a little cold. The five's never far away.
I visited there a couple of times, but I actually spent half of the year in Redondo Beach, Los Angeles. So I like the warmer weather than the cooler northern. I actually went to college in Northern California. But
all right. So you're not unfamiliar with the weather. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We do have to wrap things up here. Is there anything else that we missed? Anything that you wanted to mention?
I just wanted to say, for people who are suffering from acne, and we talk a lot about to our customers about this. The kind of uniform thing we get is most people have tried everything under the sun, right? They've tried this brand, that brand, and fundamentally everyone's selling the same stuff in a different bottle. At long last, we are offering a new approach to people who are fed up of it, who don't want the skin damage, who don't want the relapses, don't want to keep the acne to keep coming back. We invite them to educate themselves at phylabiotics.com. And that's Phyla as in Phyla. They can come educate themselves. We have a lot of content on there. Learn about a clinical trial, and then if that sounds good to them, we invite them to enter into this journey to get clear skin, because I think it's really important. It's on your face. It's something you can't escape from, and it affects so much our kind of personal and mental health as well. So talking about surrounding yourself with good people, good environment, you're literally surrounding your microbiome, I say, is like a protective layer around your body. It's literally on your skin, protecting you, keeping you healthy, preventing you from being sick. So pay attention to that and maintain, a healthy microbiome. It will repay you many, many times.
And you guys ship across, we have listeners all over Canada, US, Europe. You guys ship everywhere?
We currently ship only in the US, all 50 states, but we are going to be opening up soon in the next couple of months. So that's going to be another exciting development. And we have a lot of dedicated fans across like Canada, UK, Europe, and beyond. So we can't wait to give them the good news. And so stay tuned. All right. Hey, Drew, thank you so much for having me. I had a real blast, and glad to talk microbiome with you anytime.
All right. It's our pleasure. All right. That's going to wrap things up for this edition of Exploring Mind and Body. Once again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in and being a part of our True Form Life community. You can always find us on Facebook.com/TrueFormLife. We post up there a couple times a day on our story. We're always trying to bring you more content around living a healthy lifestyle, whether that be nutrition, fitness, lifestyle, and more. We also have free challenges that we do at least once a month. So if you follow us along there, you'll be able to join maybe a plank challenge or a squat challenge, Tabata challenge, whatever it may be. We'd love to have you join us. We're also on Instagram.com/DrewTadia. Again, we're posting up there a couple times a day along with our story, all dedicated to keeping you fit and healthy and on track. Our main website is trueformlife.com. If you want to check out some of our products, some of our services, or if you just want some great content from videos to blog posts and recipes and more, we got all that at trueformlife.com. Once again, thank you so much for being here. That's it. That's all I got. I'm out of here. As always, I'm your host, Drew Tadia, in health and fitness for a better world. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to Exploring Mind and Body with Trueform Life's Drew Tadia, fitness expert. To find out more about the show, Drew Tadia, or to listen to past shows, visit exploringmindandbody.com.